Hey everybody, how are you doing? Mr. Jim says, "What up, Joe? Sounding this morning." Sounding good, that is. Thanks, man. I'm just messing around. Good morning, Center. How are y'all, sir? Just messing around with the. Actually, I'm playing through the 5150, man, right now. Let's see if you can see that or not. I'm going through the 5150, and so I don't know how this is going to come across today, because I've never tried this. I've always had the little black star, you know what I'm saying? So I thought I would try the 5150 this time. And I'm using the Dispatch Master reverb delay pedal. That's what I got, that real ambient kind of sound, which I love. It sounds really nice. Thank you, Center. Yeah, I hope it's not too loud. I got this 5150 low as it'll go, which, bedroom volume is not really that achievable with a half stack. So, and what was messed up, man, is hey, Mr. Glover, how are you, man? What's going on? What was messed up was I'm running the delay through the effects loop, which is the best way to do it. I didn't have it plugged in the back correctly. I was like, man, you could barely hear the delay. I was like, man, that sounds, what the heck? I didn't have it in the right input. I had it in the input, but I didn't have one in the output. I had the other guitar chord which says foot switch. I was like, what? Man. Just wasn't paying attention. So let me turn some of this back, some of these repeats and reverb and everything, and let's see if it cleans it up just a little bit here, and see what we can get now. my jung. Oh my God, I'm sorry. My son Jack says hi. My jung. We didn't went to Japanese language. Hey Jack, how are you doing, man? Hope you're watching. Well, I guess you are watching. Thank you for watching. Been there, done that. Always the wrong way. The Center says, yeah. So now you can tell that's not as many. It's not as, ambient or ambient. A little bit. So I have, using my small pedal board that I got a wah. I got a phase 90. This is the order from right to left. A Vox wah, the MXR phase 90, Boss Blues Driver, MXR Dynacomp compression, and then of course the Dispatch Master that's going into the effects loop. That's the only thing going through the effects loop. Everything else is in front of the amp, and which, from what I understand, that's how it's supposed to be. So yeah, it makes a big difference. All right, so that's pretty clean. We turn the volume up here. Sounds pretty good. You can't see what I'm doing, can you? Let's see here. How's that? Oh, good Lord mercy. There we go. That's a little bit better, right? So that's just nothing right there. It's a little bit of compression. Peavy, man. Thank goodness it's still going strong, you know. Now let's kick on the blues driver a little bit. What will be it? D? Yeah. And what I also like is, okay, that's the compression and the blues driver. I'm gonna hit this channel switch. Gives it even more. Now it's, you know. So she'll crank, man. And I got the let's see, what do I have? The gain set. She got pre-gain. I got it set at 4 for the rhythm, and the lead I got at 6.5. So it's pretty good, man. That's what I like anyway. Just me. Blues driver, and then the phase 90. Man, that sounds weak. Pretty wild, man. I can't wait to hear this back, what it sounds like. This is the first time going through the 5150 here. So yeah, that'll be interesting. And what I like about this pedal is you can have just the delay if you want. You know, let's see if I can do that. I'm gonna cut the reverb off and just a delay. Let's see if that works. Apparently I did something wrong here, so let's see, hang on. Okay, yeah, I had the mix all the way down. So that's just a delay, as you can hear. Throw just a little bit of reverb in it. Just a touch. Not a lot, just a little bit. Jim says, love those EVH pickups. Yeah, man, me too. Very much so. Is that on your phone? Yes. Yeah, man, my zoom camera is right here. That's a zoom. So yeah, I'm using my phone, man. I couldn't go live through the Zoom, you know, with the YouTube app. It won't let you do that. I mean, you could probably hook it up to the laptop and maybe use it for a webcam, but you still have to go through Hangouts. The only way you can go live, as far as I know, is through the YouTube streaming app on your mobile device. I don't think you can go live on YouTube on a laptop. I don't think. This chord, man, I'm telling you, this chord, when I'm looking down, it's like It confuses me sometimes. I'm still getting used to all this stuff, man. It's like, oh God, come on, you know. Pretty good pedal, man. Dispatch Master, and I like going to this little pedal board setup. And I got the pedal board and the power supply from Donner, and that was on Will Billy's recommendation. So that was, you know, and I got this Yellow Fall delay. I've used it once. I like it. I mean, I do like it. I've used it once. It seems a little bit noisy, though. That's the only thing that gets me, is it seems just a little noisy on the noisy side. But pedals are going to do that anyway. When you start stacking them up and putting them in an order, they're going to get noisy. But I do like it. I do like it. So yeah. Some comments here. See, I keep having to check my phone. I'm scared this thing's going to drop. Did you get a chance to read that article on Jimi Hendrix I sent you, or you might have already? I have not, Jim, not yet. I have not yet, man. I will, though, buddy. Center says, sure, can tell it's a tube amp. Yeah. I didn't know if you'd be able to tell that through this here or not. I didn't know, but yeah. Yeah. See if we got some more comments. I thought I saw something. If I can get it working. Center says, you can tell, brother. Okay. That's good, man. That's cool. That was just an experiment I was wanting to try here. Because I was like, man, is this going to work? Or do I need to keep using that little Black Star Mini Fly, which works great. I really like it. But if I can get more of a better sound for this, you know, a bigger sound coming through this little thing, then I said, hell, I'll try it. You know. Playing well this morning. I wish I was. Jim said, nah, I wish I was too. You must be talking about somebody else because it ain't me, man. Can't go wrong with blue stuff, man. Can't never go wrong. Charlie S. What's going on, man? Sorry, I missed some comments here. Jim says he's trying to leave work. Jim is going to leave work. He's cutting out early, I believe. Wow. And Jim says that amp sounds really good on my end. Thanks, man. Whoa, golly. Whew. Kind of lost it there just about. Yeah, so especially for me, man, I got a message this morning from my supervisor. Said that I wasn't going to work tonight, have no load going to Myrtle Beach. Nothing. I was like, oh, God, is this a sign of what's to come? Because summertime's coming and school's about to be out. I'm like, man, I can't afford that. So, but I'm on this run for the rest of July. So we'll have to see, you know. What? No milk. Jim says, no, not tonight. The number one guy's working because he's a senior guy. He'll be working. Oh, yeah, man, we're just jamming around, laying back, having a good time, chilling out. On your Wolfgang, is the selector switch wired with the bridge pickup in the up or down position? Jim Guidry says. Ours should be the same, Jim. When it's down like this, it's the bridge. Yeah. And when it's up, it's the neck. You can hear it gets muddy, you know. If I can talk this morning, that would be great. I always call this the blues pickup. That's what I've always called it, you know. I know it's the neck pickup, but it's just got that, of course, it's got that warm blues tone, you know. I've always called it the blues pickup. Yeah, I've always called it the blues, but that's how it's wired, Jim. Yeah. If it's up, it's the neck pickup. Down is the bridge, and of course, in between is the two. Do anybody ever use the same? I don't never do that on this guitar. I either use the bridge or the neck. I never use both. I don't know. I think it sounds. I guess because it turns it into like a single coil thing. Some are the opposite, Jim says. Yes, some are. Yeah, and I think it used to be like that. And then they changed it. It used to be where it was down was the neck and up was the bridge, I believe. And they changed it because when people would tap, you know, it would mess it up, you know, and knock it down into the neck position or something like that. Let's see here. Charlie S has a question. Joe meant to ask you how your dad's doing. Hope he's on the mend. Thank you, Charlie. Yes, he is, man. He is on the mend now. He did. Now, check this out. I found this out over the weekend. It was Saturday. And it wasn't long after I got off the air with Johnny. I was on Johnny Bean's channel on Saturday for a little while, doing a hangout with him for a couple hours. And I had a phone call. My dad actually tried to call me, and I was like, oh, man, I'm live on the air. You know, I couldn't get it. So we were about to wrap up anyway. So I wrapped up, and I right away called my dad. I didn't get no answer. I was like, oh God, what's going on? You know, so I called my mom, and so he was fine. He was just at home asleep, but he had some bad problems that day, and she had to take him to the emergency room. And I was like, oh God, emergency room for what? And come to find out, he had a kidney stone, you know, and he was hurting real bad. And if anybody has had a kidney stone, you know, I've had them since I started having them in like 93, I think. 93, 94, that's when I had my first one, and man, it is nothing to joke with. It's nothing. It's awful. So when I talked to him the other week, excuse me, he said he was hurting real bad, you know, in his back and all that stuff, and they said that he would be hurt, he would be sore, you know, from this surgery that he just had, right? And so I think that kind of was overriding the pain from the stone. And finally it got so bad, my mom had to take him to the emergency room the other night. And they did some tests. And luckily it was nothing to do with his surgery or nothing like that. That's what they were worried about. They was like, man, is he hurting because of something from the surgery? But it wasn't, thank goodness. It was a kidney stone. And he sent me a message yesterday. He passed it. And I said, thank goodness, Dad. I'm glad you passed it, because those things, man, will put you on the ground. They'll put you on the ground. It don't matter. I don't care how big and bad you think you are. You get a kidney stone, down you go, pal. And I'm telling you what, I can sit here and tell you all kind of stories about kidney stones that I've had in the past and the situations I was in when it happened. But I'll tell you just one. I don't want to bore you because it's, you know, this didn't turn into Marcus Welby, you know. Years ago, when I was driving a truck for another company, I was had to go pick up. I was driving a flatbed tractor trailer and had to go pick up some bag concrete, you know, a whole load of bag concrete. And I got ready to leave, and man, my back started hurting so bad. And I was driving down the interstate, and it was hurting so bad I had to pull over into like a rest area or exit ramp, something. And I laid in the floorboard of that tractor. That's how bad I was hurting. And that was a day cab. You know, it didn't have a day cab is a tractor that doesn't have a sleeper on the back. It's just a back window. And I laid in the floorboard of that thing. That's how bad I was hurting. I lay there for probably 30 minutes and it stopped hurting. I got back in the driver's seat and tried to drive the rest of the way. I had like another couple hours to go. Then it started raining. Every time you tried to push the clutch with your right foot, it just made things worse. I finally passed it. Man, it was painful. I don't wish that on nobody, man. Not no kidney stone. But yeah, that's what my dad had. And that's weird. My dad's never had kidney stones. He's never had them until these past couple of years. And he's 71 years old. So it just goes to show you can get them at any time. Any age, I should say, you know. Yeah, I started getting them when I was young, in my early 20s. And there's messed up, man. Yeah, so we will not be working tonight. Just kind of laying back, having a good, I guess, enjoying the day. I'm not going to get paid for it, but that's okay, man. You know, it is what it is, right? Let's see if we can turn this wah pedal. Oh, this wah pedal on? Will it work? It's hard for me to step on it. Turn everything on. That'll make some noise, won't it? But this pedal, man, since I've always had a hard time engaging the button. It's hard to get it to come on. And since I had my surgery a couple years ago, it's hard for me to engage a wah pedal because my right foot doesn't work like it's supposed to. Not, it only has like, maybe 40% function. So it's just weird. It's hard to explain. So if I'm standing up, I can engage it. Excuse me, but the button on here is getting like it's hard to. I don't know if there needs to be something you can do to make that button easier to when you press it. I don't know. I've never really had that issue before. I guess because I've had it for so long. But it's a Vox. It's a great pedal. I love a good wah pedal. I've had Crybabies in the past. Golly, man, what? How many of the Crybabies I had? Probably, 3 over the years? 3, or at least 3. And this is the only Vox I've ever had. So the Crybabies, for me, seem to wear out quicker. Even though they're owned. I think I saw a thing that Philip McKnight did about the wah pedals. I think Vox and the Crybaby, I think they're owned by the same company or something like that, and they're basically the same pedal. It might be both. I could be wrong about that, but I was like, when I saw that video he did about that, I was like, wow, I didn't know that, so pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. A good wah pedal is awesome to have. Something I never really got into was the whammy pedal. I mean, of course, I got one built in on this effects processor, but I've never physically bought a whammy pedal. I don't know. I think those kind of have already seen its day, They're okay for messing around a little bit, but how much can you use them? Just a little here and there. I guess that's the same with a wah pedal too. Look at Kurt Hammett. God almighty. He uses a wah on everything. On every solo, he uses a wah. I can't say nothing. I got like that for a while too. I got where I was using a wah on everything. And I was like, man, I need to calm that down. It starts to get a little redundant. Let's see here. Charlie S. has got a statement. Joe, you find it so playing the same songs over and over for a couple of weeks when you practice? I'm trying to break that habit. Oh, yeah. Playing the same songs? Yeah, that's called getting in a rut. Yeah, and exactly. Yeah, I know exactly. The best way to break that habit, man, I started finding jam tracks to jam along with or something because now when I'm sitting here, I find myself playing the same little riffs and licks and stuff all the time because I'm just noodling around, But if I want to actually get busy, I'll go and download a backing track, from karaokeversion.com. I cannot speak today. Karaokeversion.com. Pick out a song I want to learn and jam on it. Yeah, it's a cover song. Big deal. Who says you have to write an original song every time you pick up the guitar? You don't have to do that unless you just really want to. But when I find myself playing the same stuff, Charlie, well, when I did, it still happens every now and again, but especially back in the day, that happened all the time. I was like, man, I'm so tired of playing the same thing. And you need to start looking in another area for inspiration, like the backing tracks, even if it's a cover song, it's something different, and then when you learn something new, it's like a rejuvenation. It's like when you first learn something on the guitar for the first time, it feels like that again. When you're like, oh, okay, I can still do this. It's just, it's just a different song. But yeah, absolutely, man. I know exactly what you're saying. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. It's but yeah, if you feel comfortable with doing like a jamming track or something, man, go for it. Go to karaokeversion.com. I'm not promoting anything. I'm just trying to give you an idea, and shoot, man, get you a song that you really like, whatever group, you can preview the song, before you buy it. They give you like a 30-second preview. And if you want to get it, the songs are only some of them are only like $1.99, and I always download it with vocals. So the only thing missing is a guitar, and I'll put it on my recorder and I try to learn it. If I can't really learn the song, I'll get on Google, or I'm sorry, YouTube, And I'm like, how do you play whatever, on guitar? And it'll come up with some videos, how to, it might be a song that I've played before, but I don't remember. So I'll sit there and say, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I hadn't played that in so long, Hey, Mr. Bruce. But yeah, so that's a good way to break that habit, jam tracks, backing tracks. Really, that's a good way to break that habit, in my opinion. It helps you out a lot, because I can't stand when you get in a rut. And I know how that is, man. We all do. It's just the nature of the beast. Yeah, Mr. Bruce is in the house, man. Center must have left. Mr. Bishop. Still trying to get warmed up, man. Whew. Still trying to get warmed up. I need to quit coming on here when I can't not really have warmed up a lot, but if I wait too long, man, this room gets hot. So I try not to wait too late in the day in the peak of the day out there. It's like, ugh, man, it's like right now it's hot. Mr. Bruce says, I think you're doing well, Mr. Joe. Thanks, man. It's far from that. I'm telling you, you got good days and bad days, and here lately it's just been average at best. So yeah, let's turn the pedal back up on some ambient tones here for a second. Let's see if y'all can see what I'm talking about. And I'm using the Dispatch Master. That a payment for that just came out like over the weekend. I think it was like $200, or was it like 220, something like that. So I'm gonna play some of this for people who just jumped in, just to let you hear. You can tell it's got a lot of, like a big reverb, real lush. I love it, to tell you the truth. So there you go, man. It's got some real ambient sounds to it. I love the way that sounds. Just wish the playing was better. Of course, I had some screw ups in there. Of course I did. It's me, you know. It's going to have some screw. Oh mercy. Mr. Bruce says it makes him want to hear Soul Asylum. There's Sinner. I thought Sinner had left. Sinner's still here. Okay, I thought Sinner was gone, man. I thought he slipped out. Okay, cool, Sinner. Are you working today, Sinner? Are you in the music store? The tone does, Joe Wentz. Sinner says he's working at home today. Okay. Got the little man as well. Oh, okay, I got you. I mean, the reverb, Bruce says, makes him... Oh, yeah, I understand, man, yeah. Yeah, I love that real lush reverb kind of thing, you know? Sinner, I want to ask you a question. Do y'all have any of the 5150 stripe guitars in your store? I imagine you probably don't. Or are you getting any? Are y'all supposed to get any to sell? I'm just curious. Holy crap. I got some comments I missed. Tranquil, Bruce says. I was thinking about going to the lumberyard today and pick up a panel to make a Boss Katana 112 combo, a closed back cabinet, Mr. Bishop says. Wow. That's awesome, man. The sweet, soothing morning groove from Joe, Charlie says. I don't know how sweet it is. Thank you for listening, though. Appreciate that. Little man knows his first guitar chord. Not bad for a 6-year-old. That's awesome. Jim says, that's great, Sinner. Yeah, that's cool, man. What chord, Sinner? Yes, sir, we do. 4 currently. Oh, so y'all do have 4 in the store? The D chord, Bruce. Wow, he learned a D chord right off the... That is good. I remember trying to learn a D chord for the first... Man, I said, man, y'all got to be kidding. Trying to learn a D chord. A D chord, Joe. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes when you come over that thump, it's okay if you do that. Hit that. Eddie does that, you know. He has that root with the thumb. That's all he's doing. D chord, man. I remember the first time I saw a dude when I started getting into guitar. I was 16, and this guy that lived beside me next door, he was older than me. He I don't know, he's probably 4 or 5 years older than me, maybe 3. And he was playing acoustic guitar. And I was like, I want to learn how to play guitar. He's like, do you know how to do chords? And I was like, nah, I was too busy wanting to do this stuff. You know, I was like, you know, what's a chord? I can learn that later, but that's backwards, you know, and you got to learn your chords first. And he had his acoustic, and man, he sat there. You know, I was like, what? You know, he was doing like some kind of, you know, bluegrass kind of stuff. You know, I was like, hold on, dude. You know, he was switching from chord to chord, and I was just amazed. You know, that was so long ago. But I remember I was like, I need to learn my chords, and D was one of the first ones. And then it was G and C. Then you throw the D. Golly, then that little thing that this guy taught me. Ended off with a little thing. I always thought that was cool. I was like, dude, show me that, you know. Let's see. Nice when your kids start playing, Jim Guidry says. He's a pop music fan mostly. I think all kids are right now. You know. So it's you want me to hold a 5150 guitar for you, Joe? No. No, thank you, Senator. No. Thank you for asking, but Lord, no, I can't afford that, brother. Senator says he listens to Michael Jackson and Maroon 5. Okay, cool. The effing F chord, Bruce says. Oh, yeah. Adam Scheinberg. Hey, Joe, watching you from the eye doctor. Oh, Lord, he's getting... Oh, I hope everything goes well for you, Mr. Adam. Yeah, the F chord. Wow. Yeah, the F chord. You can play it a couple of different ways. You can bar it, or you can go it this way. You know. What was that? Oh, what is that? What is that? See. That's it. I just sit there and I was like, man, that sounds familiar. Yeah. There's Adam. Live. Yeah, that's right. Lightning crashes. Yeah. Dropping off. Don't have my eat buds and don't want internet. I don't have earbuds. He says eat buds, but I know you meant earbuds. That's cool, Adam. That's cool, man. Lightning crashes off of the album Throwing Copper. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that an awesome song? I mean, for it to be so simple, you know. There you go, Charlie S. You want something different to play? E, and I'm not doing the E like. Yeah, I am too. Yeah. Full E, was that E major? Then I go right here on the 2nd fret, do like a power chord, but I bar everything right here. Excuse me. 2nd fret, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string, do a power chord, but I bar everything right there, and then I just move down right here where it's I guess that'd be an F sharp. the last year or so, I learned more about music theory, Michael Bishop says. That's awesome. That's something I am, as you can tell, I'm not good at all. Theory, I'm not good at that at all. So there you go, Michael Bishop. You want something just to mess around with, man, get you out of that rut. Just, and it's just the same chords over and over, but it just goes to show you, man, that hit songs can be done with 3 chords. It's been done for years and years and years. It's getting hot in here, guys. I can't move my. Man, my hands are sweaty. Not much longer. We're gonna call it. I got about 4 minutes. Yeah, I was wanting to go on for an hour. Got about 4 minutes, and that's gonna be it. So, any questions, comments? Now's the time to do it, folks. If you're interested in doing so. There we go, that's better. Cocaine in the morning. Let's see. Man, we got some more questions. How much did I get this Wolfgang for? It was $999, $1,000. And let's see. Oh yeah, man. It's just all over right now, really. Plus, I got this light shining right on me. That throws some heat too, Yeah. So. Oh, Lord. Some good old ZZ Top, man. Mr. Bruce says, yeah, you're doing great considering. Yeah, considering, it could be better. And I know it could. Oh, God. Yeah, it's just a quick live stream here, jumping on. There's something different than me being in a truck or walking around down at the beach working. Jim says, have a great day, everyone. All right, Jim, I'll see you later, man. I'll send you a private video here in a little bit or something, man. And, yes, Sinner says, yes, have a good one. Have a good one, all. I thought at first he said, have a good one and all. Yeah, man, that's awesome. So, everybody, thank you very much for watching. And that's going to wrap it up for me. Appreciate everybody watching. Thank you, Bruce, Sinner, Charlie S., Jim Guidry, Mr. Bishop. Who else is in here? Eddie, Alex, Sammy, Michael, you're welcome to join, man, if the guys will let you do it. I don't know what's their problem, but, you know, this is my hangout. So, Michael Anthony, you're welcome anytime. Don't worry about it, man. I got you back. Okay, everybody else, have a great day. Love you guys. Take care. Until next time, this is Joe for the Jones Project. Keep rocking. Keep playing. Don't stop practicing. See you later. Bye-bye.